One final note. Scores from the conference today. Midland defeats Waldorf 78-54. Hastings an 82-69 win over the Northwestern Red Raiders. Briarcliff over Mount Marty 64-52. And Morningside downs the College of St. Mary 88-52. Game you listened to this afternoon, Dordt defeats Doane 97-38. Let's take another 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more on our pregame show right after this 2-minute timeout.
Have field work. You're going to get to work with real students in real classrooms. And we've designed this all, you can do it all at a distance from campus. You don't have to come to campus for any of it.
When we think about students with disabilities, these students are important. They're valuable and they're worth the time it's going to take us to address their needs.
At Dordt, every sporting event is a chance for students to learn and for our community to come together. Through the Dordt Media Network, students gain real experience, capturing moments and sharing them with fans everywhere.
Our students handle every part of the broadcast.
We are asking for your investment to support the broadcast and the team behind it.
You're helping students learn while Defender broadcasts run with excellence. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders.
We really want to give them practice skills that they can use to serve their clients or serve the organizations that they work for.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as the Dordt Defenders get a win today over the Doane Tigers in women's basketball play. Final score 97-38, and we'll wrap up the women's contest and then we'll get into the men's details. And I'm joined for post-game comments today by Desta Hogendorn. Desta is a sophomore from Rock Rapids, Iowa, and Desta, I would imagine it was a little happier locker room today than it was back on December 6th when you guys played Doane in Creighton, Nebraska. What was the game plan going into today? What did you need to take away from the Doane Tigers this afternoon?
Definitely their post play with Megan Chambers in there. She's their main scorer for them. So that was our main focus, and they have a couple of players that can shoot threes. So taking them away and taking in their post play.
Describe your role with the team this year. How would you describe what you need to do for this team this year?
Definitely in that practice when Ellie went down and tore her ACL, there was just a feeling in me that I would need to step up and play a bigger role this year. And I knew the team would have to count on me more.
What are you studying? What's your major?
Elementary education.
Do you want to, any grade level that you want to teach specifically?
Either first through fourth.
Okay. From Rock Rapids, what drew you to Dordt? What went into that decision of coming to Dordt University?
I definitely wanted to stay closer to home, and visiting here, it just felt like home. Everybody was so welcoming, and just visiting other campuses, I knew that my experience at Dordt would be way better.
We have a committed basketball player from Central Lyon, same last name. Relation?
My sister.
That's your sister.
Yep.
How influential were you in that decision, or did you just stay away and let her make that decision?
she didn't really talk to me about her decision. I was actually in lab when she texted me and said she committed here, but I didn't want to get into her journey. I wanted her to build her own path, and I think she made a great decision anyway, but if she didn't end up here, I'd still be happy for her, but I'm even more happy that she's coming here.
Sounds good. I will let you go. Congratulations. Nice week this week for your team, getting a couple of wins at home. Now you get a little breathing room and get ready for Concordia next Saturday.
Yes, thank you.
That's Desta Hogan-Dorn. She is a sophomore from Rock Rapids and an elementary education major. You can go ahead and take that off. There you go. And Coach Bill Harmson will take a seat beside me. 97-38, the Dordt Defenders with a win today over the Doane Tigers as the Defender women. And I'm not a big one on revenge games and things like that, but as Coach Bill Harmson takes a seat beside me, definitely a focused group this afternoon, and almost bordering on too amped up at the beginning of the game. And it seemed like the women were able to settle in. And it started on the defensive end, really made things difficult for Doane this afternoon.
And a lot of it had to do with the young lady that you just interviewed. Desta defensively tonight was just outstanding. And we did some different things defensively. Again, you know, we're trying to find a pulse of our team and what all of our girls can excel and exceed at. And Desta tonight just did a fantastic job. And Taylor Drent came in, did a great job. And Miley Zomer came in and did a great job. And so I'm just really proud of how they executed, how they took the game plan, and then almost executed it to perfection.
So in your mind, this Doane team, does it start with Chambers or does it start with their guards?
Yeah, it starts with Chambers just because when she touches, that makes the guards really good. And so we try to make sure that she didn't touch as often as what she did the first time we played them. She's a great player, and she's a wide body. And for us to be able to dial into that, and then, you know, I think they had 2 threes tonight. I mean, and a lot of it had to do with not having those inside-out rhythm looks. And again, that had a lot to do with Desta, Taylor, and Miley.
Got a little time off now, and it felt like you were kind of hitting a rhythm here. You get Wednesday off. What do you try to do this week to take advantage maybe of not having a game on Wednesday? And I mean that from a prep standpoint, but also as a coaching staff, you've got a lot of things to do. Yep. How do you take advantage of that break this week?
Yeah, it's a great question. The Monday we're totally working on us, and that'll be a lot of fun. We have a varsity reserve game here on Monday, and so our practice numbers will be down just a little bit with the number of people we have in. And so we're going to really dial into some of the things that we got to do better. Tuesday, we're going to take the day off, Mike. Wednesday, we're just going to practice for an hour and start getting, dialing deeper into our execution offensively. And then Thursday, Friday, we're going to practice to get ready for a tough Concordia team. Having a week off at this time of the year is not always ideal. But I think for a few of our girls, just being able to have a Sunday and then to have a Tuesday, I think those benefits will far outweigh anything else that can come out of it.
If Gracie Schoenhoven starts knocking down three-pointers, it might be lights out.
Yep. Yeah, she was 2 for 2 tonight. Both shots were completely in rhythm. We need her to do it. And I don't know if, since I've been at Dordt here for these 8 years, if we've ever had just one kid scoring double figures, right? But her having 30, just what a tremendous effort she had today.
I'm going to let you go. I've got a ton more things I would love to ask you, but we're coming up on it, so you're off the hook today.
I'm glad I was late. That's good.
Enjoy your Sunday and back at it on Monday,
Thank
Coach.
you, Mike. Appreciate everything you do.
That is Coach Bill Harmson, and that's going to wrap up our Wireless World post-game show. Here's your pregame show for the Doane Tigers and Dordt Defenders. Doane men are 10-8 overall, 5-6 in the conference. Dordt 10-9 and 5-6. The Tigers 3-2 in their last 5, 5-5 in their last 10, 6-4 at home, 4-4 on the road. They outscore teams 75-74. They outshoot teams in field goal percentage 49-46. They are tied with opponents 36-36 in three-point shooting, rebounding 32-32, turnovers 13-13. Trevin Beckman leads the team with 15.1 points per game. Jack Wilson, 13.7 points per game with 6.2 rebounds. Kason Cheney, 13.6 points per game. Jonan Clausen, 11.2 points per game. For the Dordt defenders, 10 and 9 this season. Got to get back on the winning side of things. They've lost 3 in a row. And right now you will see on the Dordt Media Network, Connor Milliken is being recognized as a 1,000-point scorer for the Dordt defenders, and he's out on the court with Brian Van Haften and being recognized for those 1,000 points, and he's still got a season and a half remaining, so we look forward to watching Connor over the next 45 or 50 games, we hope. The Dordt defenders are outscoring teams 87-81, outshooting opponents from the field 51 to 47%. 3-point field goal shooting 41-38, advantage Dordt. Rebounds 36-31, advantage Dordt. Turnovers, Dordt commits 13 on average and opponents commit 11. Connor Milliken leads the team with 17.5 points per game. Ty Vanessa, 13.2 points per game, 6.7 rebounds. Jake Proctor, 11.4 points per game and 3 rebounds. Judson Henkel, 11.5 points per game and 5.2 rebounds. Most recent outing, Doane beat Midland 82-63. Justice Gardner had a game-high 18 points for the Tigers. Jack Wilson added 17 points and 7 rebounds. Dordt trailed Morningside 47-44 late in the first half on Wednesday night. Got outscored 52-36 in the second half. Ended up losing 102-80. Connor Milliken, 20 points, 5 rebounds. Ty Vanessa, 17 points. Judson Henkel, 15 points. The series between these two, Dordt leads 26-14. Dordt lost on December 6, 79-77. Jake Proctor and Ty Vanessa at 23 and 22 respectively. Morningside was led by Trevin Beckman with 21 points. Jonan Clausen had 15 points. Jack Wilson 13 points and 7 rebounds before fouling out. Here's your starting lineup for the Dordt defenders on the Wireless World pregame show. They will start number 2, Connor Milliken, a 6-foot junior from Springfield, 17.5 points per game. Stephen Polacek, number 11, 6'1 sophomore, Bellevue, 8.1 points per game. Judson Henkel averages 11.5 points per game. He wears number 12. He's a 6'9 freshman from Janesville. Ty Vanessa is a 6'5 senior from Sheldon, averaging 13.2 points per game. And number 77 will be Jake Proctor, a 6'3 junior from Heston, Kansas, averaging 11.4 points per game. For the Tigers, they'll start Trevin Beckman, number 3, a 6'1 freshman from Brandon, South Dakota, averaging 15.1 points per game. Number 4 is Justice Gardner, a 6'5 freshman from Milford, Nebraska, averaging 11.2 points per game. Kason Cheney averages 13.6 points per game. He is a 6'1 senior from Placerville, California. Number 11 is Jonan Clausen, a 6'6 junior from Omaha, Nebraska, averaging 11.2 points per game. And number 43 is a 6'7 sophomore from Manhattan, Kansas, Jack Wilson, averaging 13.7 points per contest. We are underway with basketball. In the corner with it is Gardner. And the Dordt defenders on defense as Doane controls the opening tap. Doane with the basketball. Drive right side Beckman. Beckman kicks it outside Gardner. Gardner 3, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Wilson. Wilson into the paint, gives it off to Gardner. Gardner with a 2-point bucket. It's up and good. And the Doane Tigers lead 2-0. 2-0 our score. Pass tipped and taken away by the Tigers. Tigers, Gardner. Gardner drives in, right-handed layup good. Justice Gardner with 4 points, and the Doane Tigers out to a 4-0 lead. 4-0 our score. Pass goes right side. With it is Milliken. Milliken has it at the top of the key. Comes back right side. Doane in a zone defense. Into the corner, Vanessen. Vanessen cross-court pass. Proctor right side, Polacek, 9 to shoot. Steven 3, missed it, no good. There for the rebound, though, is Milliken. Milliken up strong with it, and Connor Milliken with a 2-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders trail 4-2. Credit Milliken with the putback. Milliken, leading rebounder for the defenders as well. Very active on the glass. Doane with the basketball. Fadeaway shot, no good. Rebound Milliken, and Milliken is fouled on the play. Foul's going to go against Kason Cheney. Cheney whistled for the personal foul. That's foul number 1 on him. 4-2 our score. Dordt with the basketball. Defenders down by 2. Doane, token pressure. Comes back left side Proctor. Proctor with it at the top of the key. The junior from Heston, Kansas. Throws it right side. Goes back over to Henkel. Henkel gives it up. Polacek. Polacek for the basketball. Polacek. Milliken. Milliken. Floater. Right side. Shot no good. And the rebound is tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Ty Van Essen. It will be Doane basketball. So Doane gets the basketball back. This will be Cheney. Cheney bringing it up. Cheney across the timeline. He's got her on the right-hand side. Dordt in man-to-man defense. That time they switch on the pick. Now Van Essen guarding Wilson again. Wilson posting up. Goes back, left side. Jack Wilson. Jack Wilson down to the baseline. Jack Wilson back to Gardner. 8 to shoot for the Tigers. Drive baseline Clausen. Clausen dribbles it off of his foot and out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt with the basketball. Throwing it in will be Connor Milliken. Milliken gets it into Proctor. Proctor with it. Proctor up the floor. Left side Polacek. Polacek back to Proctor. Proctor working right side over to Van Essen. Van Essen with the basketball. Van Essen back to Proctor. Proctor back to Ty. Ty goes into Milliken. Milliken with it at the free throw line. Milliken driving in. Milliken. Kick out pass, Van Essen. Van Essen 3, good. Ty Van Essen with the 3-point basket, and the Dordt defender lead is 5-4. So the defenders grab the lead at 5-4. Gardner comes back right side, Clausen. Clausen, and we've got a carry called on the Tigers. John and Clausen whistled for the carry. It'll be Dordt basketball. Well, if you're going to call it, now is the time to call it and try to clean it up. And what you would feel like is, in all likelihood, a pretty inconsequential possession. So the Dordt defenders get it on a turnover. A carry rarely called, though. Pass goes left side, Proctor. Proctor gives it right side back over to Milliken. Milliken with the basketball back over to Proctor. I'm a bit of a purist, though, so I don't mind seeing a carry called once in a while. Van Essen lost it. Jarred free. Clausen picks it up. Comes back the other way. Left hand tries to finish over the top of Henkel. Shot no good, but Jack Wilson is there for the putback attempt, and he is fouled by Judson Henkel. Henkel whistled for the personal. That's foul number 1 on him. Jack Wilson, I liked the way he played at Doane last time they played. And he has put together a solid season, averaging 13.7 points per game. He is a sophomore from Manhattan, Kansas, listed 6'7", might be a little generous, but does a lot of the things that nobody else wants to do. First free throw, no good. Second one on the way. Dordt will have to contain him. He makes 1 of 2, does Wilson, and we're tied at 5-5. This is a pretty young Doane team. Proctor with the basketball, takes it across the timeline. At midcourt in trouble, throws it back to Van Essen. Van Essen back to Proctor. Proctor on the right wing. Dordt able to get into their offense. 15 seconds on the shot clock, though. Pass right side, Proctor. Proctor on the wing. Comes back. Milliken. Milliken caught in the air. Back to Proctor. 5 to shoot. Back to Van Essen. 4 to shoot. Now 3. Milliken fade away from 17. Off the heel, no good. And the rebound is cleared by the Doane Tigers. Tigers with the basketball. Pick and roll. They get it into Wilson. Wilson scoops it outside to Beckman. Beckman in the right corner. Shot no good. And the rebound taken away by the defenders and Milliken. Milliken left side Proctor. Proctor with the basketball. Proctor picks up his dribble. Goes high post. Van Essen. Van Essen back outside. Milliken. Milliken Proctor. Proctor 3. Good. Jake Proctor with a 3-point bucket, and the Dordt defenders lead 8-5. A big game for the defenders today. They've lost 3 in a row. Need to get on the winning side of things. Got a couple of tough road contests coming up. 3 on the other end, no good. Rebound Henkel. Henkel has it swiped away out of bounds. Last touched by the orange team. It'll be Dordt basketball. And what's waiting for the defenders after today? A road game next Saturday at Concordia. Then the following Wednesday, a road game in Orange City against Northwestern. Still looming on the schedule, you've got to welcome Briar Cliff here, Mount Marty as well. Got to go to Morningside. A lot of season left, but you got to start taking care of some of these as the postseason tournament field begins to take shape. Rogasic, bounce pass back to Dylan Skop. Skop underneath, 2-point bucket, good. Skop that time able to get it on the block, and he turns and fires it from short range, and the defender lead is 10-5. With the basketball, Cheney. Cheney comes back, right wing, Clausen. Clausen three, missed it, no good. Nobody gets the rebound though. Comes back outside, left side, Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman double teamed. Beckman driving in now as he's able to get away from Rogasic for a moment. Now Rogasic trying to force a tie-up. They go to Wilson. Wilson back to the basket, now working against Vanessen. Tough, and he's pinned on the baseline. Ball's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Doane basketball, and the Tigers get a timeout to talk things over. This is a media timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dordt University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dordt Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dordt Media Network. Go Defenders!
Ten to 5, Defenders leading. The Dordt Defenders with a 5-point lead, and Doane is throwing the ball in left side of the lane as we face the hoop. They got 2 seconds on the shot clock. They get the ball inbounded. Three-pointer at the horn is up and through on the set play. And knocking it down was Cason Cheney. Cheney with his first 3 today, and the Defenders lead 10-8. Milliken across the half-court stripe, guarded there by Cheney. Cheney back over to Rogasic. Rogasic with it, 14-10 remaining in the first half. Pass goes left side over to Jake Proctor. Proctor with it. Proctor comes back right side. They throw it into the post. Friesian. Reed with it. Reed lost it. It was swiped away by Justice Gardner, and here come the Tigers and Beckman. Beckman with a basketball. Beckman, this is a critical game between these two teams. Both 5 and 6 in the league right now. Gardner tries to dunk it in traffic, and now we have a jump ball. No, we're going to have a foul called on Jack Wilson. Wilson's fouled for the foul on the rebound, as the Defenders were able to latch on to the rebound and wouldn't let go. Jake Proctor inbounding. Proctor gets it in to Milliken. Milliken back over to Proctor. Proctor right side Milliken. Milliken with the basketball. Milliken across the timeline, lost it. Picks it back up, throws it right side Skop. Skop into the corner, Friesian. Friesian back over to Milliken. Milliken, Rogasic. Rogasic with it out front, Friesian. Friesian, Proctor. Proctor on the left wing, 7 to shoot. Into the corner, Friesian. Friesian back over to Proctor. Proctor, Milliken. Milliken, 3 seconds on the shot clock, dumps it off for Skop. And we've got a shot clock violation on the Defenders. Turnover back to the Tigers. Judson Henkel will check into the ball game. Last night, the Dordt hockey team lost for the first time since September. 19-game winning streak stopped at Nebraska-Omaha. 6-2 the final there. They'll play again this afternoon at 6:30, or this evening, I should say, at 6:30. Gardner with it, dumps it down low. Wilson. Wilson back to the basket. Wilson kick out pass. 3, missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Proctor. Proctor up the floor, Milliken. Milliken, Dort's got to get out in transition. Come over to Proctor. Proctor, free throw line jumper, good. Jake Proctor with 5. Where Dort's had trouble has been when they've walked the ball up the floor, and Doane has been pouncing and double teaming and making life hard for the Dordt guards. Top of the key three, missed, no good. Rebound cleared by Proctor. Proctor over the basketball. Keep the tempo up. Throw it right side Milliken. Milliken transition triple, no good. Rebound Rogasic. Rogasic in the paint. Back over to Milliken. Milliken Proctor. Proctor will pull the trigger on a three. Missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Kaysen Cheney. Cheney with the basketball. 12-10 remaining, first half. And we have a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
In the Dome, we have a space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dordt athletes, it's for the entire community. Whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. Hope you stop by soon.
.12:09 remaining. First half of play, the Dordt defenders with a 12-8 advantage. Doane utilizing a timeout. Basically, their use it or lose it timeout. And they said, we're going to talk things over. Coach Ian McKee, longtime head coach for the Doane Tigers. And the Doane Tigers have the basketball going left side. This is Coulibaly. Coulibaly gets a step on the baseline, and Coulibaly with a 2-point bucket, and it's 12-10. Coulibaly, I thought he was a big guy when they played in Crete. Looks like he's gotten bigger. Shot by Milliken, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Gardner. Gardner hands it off to Trevin Beckman. Coulibaly listed as 6'7". He's all of that. Looks like he could play linebacker as well. Drive into the lane for Beckman. Beckman with a 2-point bucket. We're tied 12-all. Dordt basketball, Tyson DeVries. DeVries with it, and Tyson DeVries is fouled on the play by Trevin Beckman. It's going to be number 1 on him. Well, the Dordt defenders. Dordt defenders will inbound the basketball. Now front with it is Milliken. Milliken looking for the backdoor cut, and there you see the guard pressure again applied by the Tigers. Rogasic, right side Milliken, 10 to shoot. Back to DeVries. DeVries goes back over to Milliken. Milliken, 8 to shoot. Connor, Rogasic. Rogasic into the corner. Hankel. Hankel gives it up. Vanessen. Vanessen buzzer beater from the left elbow is good. Ty Vanessen with the 2-point bucket. It's 14-12. 14-12 the score. Pass right side. This is Beckman. Beckman gives it up. Gardner. Gardner with it on the wing. Gardner comes back over to Cheney. Cheney. Beckman. Beckman swings it outside. This is Creighton Macklin. And the finish underneath for Macklin. Macklin. Mashlin with the 2-point bucket. It's 14-14. DeVries back to Hankel. Hankel drives in. Contacted on the way up. Unable to finish the shot, but he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 14-14 our score. Coulibaly whistled for the personal foul. It's foul number 1 on him. So 2 free throws on the way for Judd. 70% free throw shooter. Makes the first one. He's averaging 11.5 points per game and very steadily has put together a nice freshman season for the defenders. 15-14 defenders by 1. Second free throw on the way. And Hankel's free throw is up and good. So Hankel makes them both. He's got 2. And the defender lead is 16-14. 16-14. Tiger basketball, underneath it goes. Coulibaly. Coulibaly is going to be called for an offensive foul. Koulibaly whistled for his second personal foul as Ty Van Essen beat him to the spot. Koulibaly turned with the right hand over the left shoulder and gets whistled for the personal foul. And we've got the media timeout. 9:59 left to go in the half. Dordt 16, Doane 14. Let's take a 1-minute break. This time out brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by RA Rentals. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for the next project? Look no further than RA Rentals, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. RA Rentals, your regional equipment rental experts. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail.
(16-14) defenders leading by 2 with the basketball after the media timeout. Van Essen gets it away right side to DeVries. DeVries, Polacek back over to Milliken. DeVries, 15 to shoot. Right side pass, it goes inside for Van Essen. Van Essen unable to hang on to it. Koulibaly knocked it free. And coming up with it now, Beckman. Beckman into the paint. Beckman loses it. Taken back by Clausen. John and Clausen. Back to Cheney. Cheney right hand side. On the move is Mashlin. Mashlin outside. Cheney. Right corner three. Good. 17-16 Doane with a 1-point lead. This is Milliken. Milliken up the floor, right side Polacek. Polacek throws it back over to Milliken. Milliken with it. Milliken on the right-hand side. Milliken at the top of the key. Comes back left side DeVries. DeVries goes back right side Milliken. Milliken rocks into the drive. Fading away from 10. Good. Connor Milliken with 4 points, and the Dordt lead is 18-17. For Milliken, his second make in 6 tries. He's got 3 rebounds and 3 assists, so he's obviously doing other things in this first 10-minute segment. Pass goes over to Clausen. Clausen gives it up. Cheney, 3, good. Cason Cheney averages 13.6 points per game. He's got his second made 3 of the day, and the Doane Tigers lead it 20-18. Answering Milliken, 3, no good. There for the rebound, and the putback, though, is Ty Van Essen. Ty Van Essen with 7 points. 20-20 our score. We're tied. Left-hand side with it is Cheney. Cheney with the basketball, gives it up. Beckman back over to Cheney. Cheney another 3. Heat check, no good. But there for the rebound is Beckman. Back over to Koulibaly. Koulibaly almost banks in a 3. Now loose basketball, and we've got a travel violation called against Trevin Beckman. Beckman voices his disapproval. He felt he was giving the ball up before he traveled with it, I think. If I can read minds. That's what I would have thought if I were him. Pass comes right side Milliken. Milliken goes back over to Van Essen. Van Essen, Proctor, right side Milliken. Milliken goes high post, Tommy Dobson. Dobson coming off a whale of a junior varsity game on Thursday. Almost went for 20 and 20. Shot missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Van Essen. Van Essen back over to Dobson. Dobson, Milliken down to the baseline, cut off. 7.5 left to go in the game. In the half. Back to Van Essen. Tie, 3, no good. And we've got a hook and hold called on Jake Proctor. Proctor whistled for the personal, his first, team second. We're tied 20-20. We have had 4 ties. 5-14. Where's the other one? 12. 20-20 our score right now. Doane into the front court. Right side 3 is up off the heel, no good. A lot of pushing on the rebound. A lot of arms extended with hands in the back, and ball ends up tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Doane basketball. Talked about it in the post-game show for the women. They've got a bye date on Wednesday. The men do too. It's nothing but conference games from here on out. 8 conference games left on the schedule after today has concluded. Happens in a hurry. Wilson, pass, left side, 3, no good. By Cheney, rebound cleared by Vanessen. Vanessen up to Milliken. Feed the trailer, Vanessen. Vanessen, right side beyond the three-point line, comes back over to Polacek. Polacek in front of the Dordt home section. Back to Vanessen. Vanessen back to Polacek. Polacek, 13 to shoot. Goes into Vanessen, not expecting that pass. And here comes Doane. Tigers have it. This is Cheney. Cheney hands it off. Driving in Clausen. John and Clausen, shot no good, but a foul on the play called on Stephen Polacek. His first and the team's third. I'm going to say he was in the act of shooting. That's generous. Clausen to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's definitely on the floor. I'm guessing they're going to say he was gathering for the layup. First free throw up and good for Clausen. 70% free thrower, makes the first one. He's got another one coming. For those of you watching online, you can make up your own mind. Second free throw for Clausen is up, and that one is off the mark, no good. 21-20, Doane leads. Proctor with a basketball. Proctor gives it up, Milliken. Milliken back over to Dobson. Dobson hands it back over to Milliken. 15 to shoot. Seems like we're always at 15 to shoot. Milliken, step into it, 3, good. Connor Milliken with 7, and the Dordt lead is 23-21. Trevin Beckman back outside Clausen. Clausen gives it up Gardner. Gardner right-hand side. Goes back over to Nate Rust. Rust gets the return pass. He's on the move against Dobson. Puts it up, no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Coming up with it is Milliken. Gets it ahead, Vanessen. Vanessen, layup, good. Ty Vanessen with 9. Dordt leads 25-21 off the pass ahead by Connor Milliken. Here come the Tigers, 5:35 remaining. First half of play. Pass at the top of the key, Beckman. Beckman on the wing. Beckman looking underneath for Gardner. Now looking again for Gardner. This time Gardner gets it, double teamed as he puts the ball on the floor. Passes out of the double team, 3-pointer no good. Rebound taken away, Dobson. Dobson over to Milliken. Milliken into the paint. Trailer, Proctor, step into it, 3, in and out, no good. Rebound taken away by Doane. Doane with the basketball. Next dead ball will have a media timeout. Doane with it. Doane on the right-hand side. Clausen. Clausen guarded there by Polacek. Right-hand side. Rust. Rust looking down low for Wilson. Skip pass into the left corner. With the basketball is Beckman. Beckman, Gardner. Gardner back to Rust. Rust, 3, missed, no good. Tapped by Wilson, kept it alive. Throws it back to the perimeter. 3, no good. Rebound, tapped again to the perimeter. Rebound cleared by Doane. Shot no good. Rebound taken away by Vanessen. 4.5 left to go in the first half. Dordt leading by 4 with the ball. Out front, Vanessen. Proctor, elbow. Right side, no good. Nothing there. Comes back. Gets the return pass from Vanessen. Working against Rust now. Pass to Vanessen. Into the corner, Polacek. Triple, good. Stephen Polacek with the 3-point basket, and the Dordt lead is 28-21. 7-point advantage for the defenders. Dordt on a 8-0 run. And we've got a timeout on the floor charged to the Tigers. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at OutdoorElementsInc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@OutdoorElementsInc.com.
(28-21), the Dordt defenders with a 7-point lead. Doane with the basketball as we approach the 4-minute mark of the first half. Doane, Clausen underneath Gardner. Gardner into the paint. Gardner shot, good. Justice Gardner with 6, and the defender run is over at 8. Rogasic, back it goes Proctor. Proctor, Rogasic. Rogasic in between the circles. Rogasic now on the left-hand side, trying to penetrate, nothing there. Goes into the corner. Hankel, Rogasic. Rogasic, the freshman from Florida. He has it in between the circles. Polacek, 9 to shoot. Comes back over to Proctor, 5 to shoot. Into the corner. Back outside, Proctor, long 3, grazes the rim, and the rebound is cleared by Doane. Doane with the basketball. Doane basketball, this is Beckman. Beckman on the right-hand side, driving in, throws it back into the corner. Nothing there, Cheney. Cheney back outside, shot on the way, missed, no good, but there for the rebound and the putback is Wilson. Jack Wilson with his first field goal of the day, 28-25, defenders leading by 3. For Wilson, his first field goal attempt of the day as well. Rogasic has it out front. Rogasic on the right-hand side. Gives it back to Polacek. Polacek, Proctor, Rogasic. Rogasic underneath, intended for Polacek. And the ball is tapped away by John Clausen. Vanessen and Milliken are in. Friesian and Polacek check out. Throwing the ball in, Milliken. Milliken gets it inbounded to Vanessen. Vanessen with it back to the basket, 5 seconds. Throws the lob for Hankel. Hankel, reverse layup, good. Judson Hankel with a reverse layup, and the Dordt defenders lead it 30-25. 2:25 left to play in the first half. Doane basketball, left corner. Comes back out front, Cheney. Cheney with it on the wing. Cheney spins, cut off there by Proctor. Comes back outside Clausen. John and Clausen back to Gardner. Gardner into the paint against Hankel, blocked away by Hankel. Rebound taken by the defenders in Rogasic. Back to Proctor. Proctor with it, gave it to Rogasic. Rogasic out front. Rogasic driving in, lost it, gathers it in. Proctor, 3, missed, no good. And the rebound controlled by Cheney. Cheney, Cason Cheney with it. Cheney gets a ball screen, the slip to Wilson. Wilson hands it off Gardner. Gardner, head fake, gets Hankel up in the air, and Judson Hankel has just picked up his second personal foul. And Justice Gardner will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Justice Gardner to shoot 2. So far today, 3 of 8 from the floor, shooting his first free throws of the day. First one is up and through. He's got 7 points. It's 30-26. With 1:40 left to play in the half. Second free throw on the way for Gardner. And this one's up and off the heel, no good. Rebound cleared by Vanessen. 30-26 our score. Pass ahead, Proctor. Proctor to Vanessen. Vanessen over the basketball. Milliken. Milliken with it on the right-hand side. Milliken. Proctor. Proctor. Scop. Scop. Into the corner. Rogasic. Rogasic. High post pass, Vanessen, 17-footer off the mark, no good. Rebound, Scop, throws it out to Rogasic. Three-pointer, corner, good. Asa Rogasic with the 3, and the Dordt lead is 33-26. 66 seconds remaining in the half. Doane basketball down 7. Dordt matching their biggest lead of the game. Pass Gardner. Gardner cut off by Milliken, and we're going to have a charging foul called on Justice Gardner. Gardner, a freshman from Milford, Nebraska, is going to be called for lowering the shoulder. Gardner put together for a freshman. And we're going to have the use it or lose it timeout for the defenders. They'll utilize the timeout with just under a minute remaining, 53.7 seconds left. Dort's going to use the 30. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Eric Rankin, a proud sponsor of Dordt University Defender Athletics. For all your investment needs, call 712-722-0618 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, SPIC. Members Cut, more than meat, where strong values, great food, and hometown spirit comes together. Stop in and taste the difference community makes. Located just south of Scooters on Highway 75.
This is a Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast.
33-26, the defenders leading by 7 in Great Plains Athletic Conference men's basketball play earlier today. Women's basketball, the Dordt defenders 97-38 winners over the Doane Tigers. Other games included Midland downing Waldorf 78-54 in women's play. Hastings over Northwestern 82-69. Briar Cliff 12 better than Mount Marty, and it was Morningside 30 better than the College of St. Mary 88-58. Dylan Scott gets the pass, brings it up the floor. The defenders with it. Proctor. Dordt can take their biggest lead of the game with a made basket here. Free throw would do the job as well. Leading by 7. Turnaround in the lane by Milliken, no good. Rebound cleared by Wilson. And Doane can run the clock down if they want. About a 2-second difference, shot clock, end game clock. With the basketball, Cheney. Cheney to Gardner. Gardner into the paint, working against Scott. Comes back right side, return pass, Cheney. Cheney, Wilson. Wilson puts it on the deck against Vanessen. Now Gardner, 6 seconds, back to the basket. Dordt digs down on the double team. Lost it, picked up by Rogasic. 3 seconds left, long pass ahead. Proctor fouled on the play by Gardner. And Proctor will go to the free throw line with 0.4 of a second remaining. And he will shoot 2 free throws. The foul called on Gardner is his second. Wrong place, wrong time for Justice Gardner, as he gets whistled for the personal foul. So 2 free throws on the way for Jake Proctor. Credit Rogasic with getting that pass into the front court. First free throw is up and through. And another one on the way. Jake Proctor with 6 points. Defenders with their biggest lead of the game, 34-26. Second free throw on the way for Proctor, trying to extend the lead. And he does. Proctor makes the free throw. He's got 7 points. And the question is, was that ball touched inbounds? If it was not, Dordt will be inbounding with 0.4 of a second remaining. And they say that it was touched inbounds. 0.4 of a second go off of the clock. And we're at halftime. Dordt with their biggest lead of the game, 35-26. And with things happening here at halftime, we are going to keep it right here, and we're going to play it by ear as best we can. I've also got the script that will be read on via the public address system, so I'll have that as well. So for those of you listening and watching, hopefully I can do it justice, as they're recognizing the 2005-2006 men's basketball team that qualified for the NAI National Tournament. And some of the members of that team here in attendance. Jesse Veenstrom, he was a manager. He's now a professor at Dordt University. Jim Brinks, Mark Rauenhorst, Derek Kaiser, Scott Van Zandt, Luke Reuter, Chris Vanderkoy, Brandon Hahn, and the parents of Brian Eekhoff are also in attendance. and assistant coach Kevin Van Engen and head coach Greg Van Zolen. This team advanced to the NAI National Tournament with a 22-9 mark before losing to Lindenwood, and a 12-6 GPAC mark, or 16-1 here at the DeWitt Gym. Luke Reuter was a first-team All-GPAC honoree, third-team NAI All-American. Brandon Hahn is recognized as a second-team All-GPAC selection, and Derek Kaiser received honorable mention All-GPAC honor. Scott Van Zanten, that is, was named the Freshman of the Year.
Coach Van Zolen is the second winningest coach in Dordt men's basketball history.
The team was guided by head coach Greg Van Zolen. Leadership helped shape young men both on and off the court. Coach Van Zolen, second winningest coach in Dordt men's basketball history. Remains the all-time leading scorer as well at Dordt University. This group represented Dordt University with humility, discipline, and desire to honor God through the way they competed. Season continues to serve as an example for Defender basketball today. Those not able to be present today included Eric Van Manen, Alec Jansen, Josh Boyer, Matt Birkenpass, and Chad Hunick. And a lot of good memories covering that team. Feels like many years ago. The years have been kinder to them than me, but so Mark Ekoff representing Brian Ekoff, who passed away a few years ago. He was a dual sport athlete here at Dordt, men's basketball and golf. So let's take a 2-minute break. 2-minute break, and we'll be back with more from the DeWitt Gym in 2 minutes.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a team member or a fan of the university. These players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. There's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has for each game, and that's a game plan. And no matter the outcome of the game, there's tremendous value in growth in working together as a team to execute that game plan. What about you? Do you have a game plan for your financial life? Or are you so busy with everything else that life throws your way? If you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours and hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, the planning firm here in Sioux Center has been helping households build and execute their financial game plans on all the things more important than money. I'm Tom DeYoung, president of the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule a complimentary Discover meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your financial game plan on all the things in your life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Continue to come out and support Dordt in all their endeavors, and we're just so blessed and thankful for this opportunity today. So thank you.
While you were away, Greg Van Zolen, the head coach of the Dordt men's basketball team, addressing the crowd, and I knew I couldn't do it justice. We just aren't set up to take the house sound. But if all goes according to plan, we will be visiting with Coach Van Zolen here in a few minutes as well. He said he would come up, couple other players reluctantly said they would come up, so we'll be visiting with them hopefully here shortly. And so we have enough time to do those things. Let's go ahead and run the highlights. Let's run those Hague Health Center highlights. Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. We were tied at 5, 12, 14, and 20, and no one really took over and just lit it up for either team. Got very balanced scoring on both sides of the ledger, as leading scorer for the game, I believe, is Ty Van Essen with 9 points. So those are the Hague Health Center highlights, serving the local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. Very quickly, I'll give you some halftime numbers as Derek Kaiser, one of the players from that team, grabs the headset. Defenders 13 of 27 from the floor, Doane 10 of 30. Ty Van Essen leads the defenders with 9 points. Jake Proctor and Connor Milliken with 7 points apiece to lead the defenders. And Derek Kaiser, and I talked to a few different players from that team, so we'll shuffle them through here for the rest of the half and into the second half. And Derek, I know what you're doing. Many of the people in Northwest Iowa know what you're doing, but where are you at currently? You were point guard for that 05-06 team. What are you doing now for our listeners not in the area?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Mike. I currently live in Sioux Center, and I serve as the co-activities director at Western Christian, and I coach basketball and golf, and then I also teach accounting at Western too.
Where'd those 20 years go?
Yeah, Coach Manzolan and I were just talking about that. It's really hard to believe, honestly, but it's a neat thing too, but it just goes by so fast, and you're just grateful for everything.
When you see the guys from that team, what do you talk about? What are you talking about on a morning like today?
Yeah, our group text chain started at about 8 o'clock this morning, and you just go at each other, you know. Jim Brinks talked about where he should park, and I said, Jim, you're 42 years old. You don't need to ask where to park. It's the same old banter, and then when you get in person, you start talking about the kids and their professions. And Coach Manzolan said it at half. You don't really talk about the wins. Obviously, you talk about moments, but it's more, hey, how's your kids? How's your wife? You know, all that stuff. And it's just, yeah, it's grown-up talk now, but it's also the same banter.
What do you remember from those years? And I know for me, they all run together.
Yeah.
Can you pull anything away specific from that 05-06 team?
Yeah, I remember very vividly how we were announced to get in the national tournament. At that point in time, you had to either win the GPAC conference or get in that large bid. And we played in the GPAC championship at Morningside, and we were ahead. And we blew a pretty significant lead. I think it was 13, if I remember right. So we were pretty down in the dumps because we thought that was our only chance of getting in the national tournament. And we came back to campus, and at the time there was a classroom right in the first office space in the rec center, and we all met there. And Coach Manzolan, his office was connected to that, and he walked out of the office door with his head down, and still gives me chills. And we all thought, yep, there's the bad news. And he said, we're in. And we just cheered, and that was a pretty cool moment.
Well, I'm going to keep people moving through here. I've got a couple other people that are going to come up. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, share some of those memories. I said to someone else, I said this morning, I said, it can't be. And I'm still able to name the folks, the guys that were on that team, and a lot of good memories, and you're a part of that. So thanks for taking the time to talk to me, Derek.
Appreciate it, Mike.
That's Derek Kaiser. He is now the head basketball coach at Western, along with the activities director. And Brandon Hahn is going to make his way over. He was probably the toughest sell to get him to come over and talk to me. And Brandon wanted to defer. He wanted to say, they want to hear from somebody else. And I said, no, they want to hear from you. Now we're going to make this a little easier for you. How's that? You've got a little bigger skull size than Kaiser. And so, Brandon, I said to Derek, 20 years. Where has that gone? And hard to believe day by day, week by week, but here we are 20 years later, and a lot of good memories from those 2 decades.
Yeah, it feels like not that long ago to be on the court here, but in a lot of ways, yeah, a lot has happened and a lot has changed in our lives and raising our families, and many of us have taken different jobs and moved and things like that. So in that respect, yeah, it has been a while.
Well, for those of not in the area, where are you at? I know most of Sioux Center probably understands where you're at, but what are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm serving as the principal at Sioux Center Christian School here in town, and had a few different stops in my professional journey. Taught for 10 years at Sioux Falls Christian, did coaching there, and went up to Central Minnesota Christian in Princeburg for 6 years. That was kind of the start of my administration journey, and yeah, I've been down here in Sioux Center since 2022, and loving being back here and having chances to come on Wednesday nights and Saturday afternoons to the DeWitt and supporting the Defenders.
Now, basketball is still a big, significant part of your life, correct?
Yeah, my kids are doing it, and yeah, that's a lot different. It's enjoyable to be a part of their playing, and as a coach and as a dad, supporting them, rebounding in the driveway and at the rec center, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to be a part of that as well, seeing them enjoy the sport.
I'm going to give you one piece of advice, and then I'm going to ask you one more question. Enjoy those moments, because suddenly they won't need you to rebound anymore. They won't be shooting anymore. So enjoy those moments as much as you can. That's experience talking.
I appreciate that.
What do you remember about your time at Dordt and being a part of the basketball program? What do you remember?
I mean, yeah, the games are highlights, certainly the big wins and good performances that we put on. I think what people don't see is just the grind of practices and watching film and preseason, those types of things. There's also just the road trips are such highlights. Back then, you're in a couple 15-passenger vans and you're playing cards and developing that bond, and that's why coming back even 20 years later, it's such a group of brothers, and we get each other. We've been through tough times, great times together, and it's just great to see the guys again.
Brandon, I'm going to let you go. We got a couple more to take care of. Thank you for coming up and sharing with us some of your memories and what you're doing currently.
Thank you very much for all you do for Defender Athletics too, Mike.
That's Brandon Hahn, and I believe we got one more former player who's going to make his way over, and they're going to hand the headset off to Luke Reuter, and Luke was a senior on that 05-06 team, and Luke is now in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. I'm going to steal the thunder. Have you been at Highlands Ranch since you graduated in 06, Luke?
Not quite. I moved to Colorado in 2008.
What are you doing currently? What's your position?
Yeah, so I work on the recreation crew there for the city of Highlands Ranch. I'm the recreation supervisor, and I've been doing the recreation thing for about 12 years now.
You got married to Kelsey.
Yeah.
Was Doane.
Yep.
Now Reuter. How many kids?
We have 3 kids. We have a 5th grader, a 3rd grader, and a kindergartner.
What do you remember about that 05-06 season? It was your senior year. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, as a senior year, we were coming off a couple of kind of okay years. So last chance as a senior, putting together a pretty good year as we're going, and then we get a opportunity at the end to get to the GPAC championship game. We lose that game, and kind of thinking, man, is that the end of the career, end of the road there? Thankfully, we were able to qualify for the national tournament, and just we didn't win it when we got there, but just thankful for that opportunity to get down there and play a game.
What would you tell these guys that are playing now? Now that you've got 20 years in the rearview mirror from this.
Yeah, totally.
What do you tell these guys?
Yeah, I actually kind of had an opportunity yesterday. I had an opportunity to talk to them real briefly at a practice, and just said, just remember the relationships, just appreciate those. That's what you're going to remember, 10, 20 years from now. So, the games, you're going to remember some of them. You're going to remember some of the highs and the lows, but ultimately it's about the relationships that you form with the guys.
Well, thank you for coming up. Thank you for being here. campus has changed a little bit since you were on campus 20 years ago.
It looks pretty cool here. It's awesome. Dordt's got a good thing going.
Thank you very much for coming up, and we'll make way for Coach Greg Manzolan here as well. But thank you for coming up, Luke.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
That is Luke Reuter. He was a senior on that team. The Dordt defenders start the second half with a 3-point basket. And knocking down the triple was Connor Milliken. Connor Milliken with 10 points now. And we had a pause in play. We'll catch you at the media timeout. Coach Greg Manzolan's going to take a seat beside me, and we're going to give him about 5 minutes. And then when we get to the timeout, we'll talk. Justice Gardner with the 3-point basket. Gardner with 10. And the Dordt defender lead is 38-29. Left corner pass, Polacek. Polacek triple, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Dordt. It will be Doane basketball. So the Doane Tigers will get the basketball back. Dordt leading 38-29. Both teams exchanging threes to start the second half. Justice Gardner, remember, he picked up that second personal foul right before the half, so we'll see if that has an impact as the second half wears on. Pass to the top of the key, Clausen. Clausen gives it up, Cheney. Cheney into the paint, left hand, ran out of room, but gets bailed out on the call. Stephen Polacek commits the personal foul. Oh, they're going to call Judson Hankel for that one. That's his third. So a little bit of foul trouble for the defenders now with 18:49 remaining. J.D. Bohr lobbying and saying should have been on number 11. That's what I thought as well, but they're going to call it on Hankel. And that's a costly foul if it stands up. Kason Cheney makes the first free throw. He's got another one coming. 7 points now for Cheney with 18:49 left to go in the period. That's in the second half, and Cheney makes both free throws. And the Dordt defenders lead 38-31. Judson Hankel will check out of the basketball game with 3 personal fouls. Dylan Skopp's going to have to play more. Connor Milliken to inbound the basketball left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Milliken to Traeger, gets it into Dylan Skopp, up the floor to Proctor. Proctor with the basketball. Proctor at the free throw line. Kicks it right side, Ty Van Essen with the 3. He's got 12. The defenders back to a 10-point lead, 41-31 for Ty Van Essen. That is his second made 3. It's 5 of 7 from the floor. Now getting on the floor is Van Essen. And Van Essen tangled up on the play with the Doane Tigers. So tangled up on the play, Van Essen and Beckman. Middle end of January, you begin to see people get a little testier as the year goes along. And for both of these teams, for the defenders, they're on a 3-game losing skid. And got beat by 2 at Doane earlier this year. And boy, they had a couple of narrow losses early in the season. And that has forced them into being 5-6 right now. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound tipped, and we've got a foul called on the rebound. Lots of whistles here early in the second half. And that foul goes against the defenders, and that'll be on Ty Van Essen. That's number 1 on him. Inbounding the basketball will be Trevin Beckman. Beckman, right side of the lane as we face the hoop, gets it into Gardner. Gardner gives it up, Cheney. Cheney, Wilson. Wilson, right side, 3, good. 3-point basket for John and Clausen. And the Dordt defenders lead 41-34. Back out front, Proctor. Proctor with it, back over to Milliken. Milliken with it. Gives it Skopp, right side. Polacek. Polacek back to Van Essen. Van Essen, Skopp. Skopp, Proctor. Proctor with it on the left side. Proctor uses up his dribble, passes into the corner. Van Essen. Van Essen, 3, good. Barely moves the net. Does Ty Van Essen his third 3 today. And the defenders lead 44-34. 17:40 left to play. Trevin Beckman with the basketball. Nothing there. Gardner, left corner 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound taken away by Polacek. Polacek, Milliken. Milliken up the floor, Proctor. Proctor, 3, good. Jake Proctor with the 3-point basket. He's got 10, and the defenders extend the lead to 13, 47-34. 47-34, Cheney. Cheney with the basketball. Cheney picks up the dribble. Taken away by Skop on the cross-court pass. Skop into the lane. Nobody stops the ball. Now kicks it over to Milliken. Milliken, Polacek. Polacek, three. Good. Stephen Polacek with the three-point basket. He's got 6, and the defenders lead 50-34. Timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Dordt leads 50-34, and we're going to keep it right here. And Coach Greg Van Zolen has taken a seat beside me. And is the hearing good enough? Can you still hear me?
I got you, Mike. Just like the old days.
It does, and time passes. And what's it feel like to get together with a team from 20 years ago that made the national championship and tournament? And you've got those memories. What are those feelings?
Well, it's just been incredible to see these guys again. You know, as I mentioned in some of my remarks, you know, some of them you see every now and then, some of them you haven't seen since graduation. So, but those bonds, those memories, those opportunities to spend time together, it really comes back, you know, when you see everybody and you just start reminiscing about it. So, you know, you'd love to have everybody here. Travel makes it, you know, hard on some things, you know, in terms of getting everybody back. But for those guys that have come back, it's been great to see, and, you know, you just hope the other guys are doing well also.
Where are you at currently? Where are you living?
Well, Kathy and I are in Des Moines. We've been in the Des Moines area about 13 years after we moved back from California after spending 3 years out there as a high school athletic director and did some development work, and spent 7 years at Des Moines Christian as athletic director and volunteered with the boys basketball program, and 3 of our kids graduated from Des Moines Christian. And then I took 5 years and ran a youth sports organization while Ava was playing volleyball here and my son Keaton was playing college basketball, and I didn't want to miss those opportunities. So I got a job where I could work from home and flex my time a little bit. And as of August 1, I'm an employee of Grandview Christian High School. I'm the athletic director, and they talked me into coaching the boys basketball program.
So you're back at it. You just can't shake it, can you?
Well, you know, coaching is kind of in your blood, whether you want to admit it or not. When you sit in front of the television or you're out here watching this game, you know, you're always kind of coaching. And I've enjoyed being back. Had to dust off the AD hat and the coach hat, but it's been a lot of fun being back.
One observation, the players have all gotten older, but you still, you look the same age as you did 20 years ago.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate hearing that.
Tell Kathy I said that as well.
I will do so. She needs to hear that once in a while. But one of the players said that too, and I said, well, I don't know how much truth there is to that, but yeah, we're doing great, and like I said, these guys, you know, still look good, and Chris Vanderkoy acts like he can still go out there and play, so that was kind of fun to see too. And but just, you know, reminiscing about this group of guys, you know, we had such a good mix of young players, middle-aged players, and some really good senior leadership, and as I mentioned, just some really good players that make your job a lot easier.
Final words, final thoughts, memories from that team 20 years ago. Any parting comment?
Well, honestly, I had to pull up the schedule to kind of, you know, go back and think about some of those things. And, you know, being 16-1 at home, we had a couple one-point losses on the road, losing to Sioux Falls late in the year, but then going up there in the conference tournament and beating them was just really big for us. And then just kind of sitting on pins and needles to see if you're going to get into the national tournament. And when you do, there's that sense of relief, but also that sense of excitement. And then last thing, you know, I think we tipped off about 11:15 that night at the national tournament and got home about 1:30 at the hotel. So just those kind of memories are what brings us guys together as a program from 05 and 06.
Hard to believe it's been 20 years. Thanks for taking some time to come up. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Mike, and it's been great to see these guys, and we appreciate Coach Bohr and Coach Van Haften having us back.
Sounds good. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
That's Greg Van Zolen. He was the coach of that 2005-2006 basketball team and living in Des Moines now, and we will bid him farewell. It's 52-36, Defenders leading by 16 as we picked up play, and a three-pointer on the way by Trevin Beckman. He's got 7, and the Defender lead is a baker's dozen, 52-39. Tyson DeVries goes right side, gets the return pass now as the Defenders get back into their offense. Connor Milliken on the left elbow, comes back, right side Friesian, 3, good. Reed Friesian with the three. Nice to see Reed knock one down. 55-39. Defenders leading by 16. 16-point lead for the Defenders. This is Cheney. Cheney driving in, throws it into the corner. Gardner. Gardner with it. Jumper, baseline, no good. Rebound cleared by Wilson. Wilson, kick out pass, back to Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman on the block. Ball poked away, picked up by Dylan Skop. Skop with the basketball. Skop will dribble it up the floor. Picks up his dribble, goes back left side. Over to Milliken. Milliken with the basketball, DeVries. DeVries at the top of the key, right side, Milliken. Dordt by 16. Can it be 19? No. Polachek's three, misses, no good. And the rebound taken away by Doane. Doane basketball, Cheney. Cheney with it. Cheney at the top of the key. Pass comes right side, Gardner. Thought about the three. Right side pass goes to Wilson. Wilson into the paint. Wilson, tough shot, no good, but a late foul call against Reed Friesian. Friesian trying to hold his ground against Wilson. And now a timeout on the floor. This will be the under 15 media timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by RA Rentals. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for the next project? Look no further than RA Rentals, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. RA Rentals, your regional equipment rental experts. Discover more than just inventory, service, and financing for Ford models. Mao Motor Company is committed to exceptional customer service. Mao Motor on Highway 75 North in Sioux Center. Online, maomotor.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit.
(55-38), the Dordt Defenders with the lead. I had thought there was a three in there to go from 36-39 for Doane, but it's 55-38. And free throws on the way for Jack Wilson. So Wilson will shoot two. First free throw, no good for the 73% free throw shooter. We have a ton of athletic competitions coming up in the coming weeks for Dordt Athletics. The next 6 weeks are going to be pretty wild. We'll tell you about next week in just a little bit. Across the timeline is Tyson DeVries. DeVries with it, and he's fouled on the play by Cheney. This weekend, the Dordt swim teams are at Grinnell. The track and field teams are at Yankton. The hockey team is at Omaha. And the basketball teams are at home, obviously. And now next week, we'll give you just a taste of that schedule. Pass goes to Milliken. Milliken on the right elbow. Milliken in traffic. Off of the glass. Good. Connor Milliken with the 2-point basket. And Connor now with 12. And the Defenders extend the lead to 57-38. This game was tied 20-20. Since then, the Tigers been in control. Driving in, left-hand side, nothing there. Back over to Beckman. Beckman shot, no good. But a foul on the play called on Milliken. Milliken whistled for the personal foul for Connor. That's number 1. So on the schedule for varsity competitions next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are open, and then the chaos begins. Men's volleyball is in Bourbonnais, Illinois, for a couple of game matches on Thursday. First free throw is up and good. Another one on the way for Trevin Beckman. That one is up and good as well. So Beckman makes them both. 59-40. Friday of next week. Men's volleyball still in Chicago. playing a couple of matches. DeVries into the corner. It goes Friesian. Friesian, Milliken. Milliken drops it off down low for Hankel. Hankel off of the glass. Good. Judson Hankel with 6, and the defender lead is 61-40. Also on Friday of next week, track and field in Lincoln, and the hockey team is at home with Creighton. They drop it off to Justice Gardner. Gardner with a slam dunk. He's got a dozen. Dordt leads 59-42. 59-42, defenders by 17. Pass, right elbow, Milliken squares up, 16-footer, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball, and now a travel called against Trevin Beckman on the right-hand side. Next Saturday, the defenders, the dance team will be hosting the dance and cheer teams will be hosting their invite beginning at 11 o'clock. More track and field athletes will be at Storm Lake. Men's volleyball, a match in Chicago, 5-match weekend for them. Hockey is at home. Hockey has the day off. 3-pointer on the way by Vanessa, no good. Basketball will be on the road at Concordia. Doane basketball after the miss. Clausen, John and Clausen, left elbow. Gives it up to Cheney. Cheney at the top of the key. Cheney goes back over to Beckman. Beckman back to the basket. Clausen. Clausen into the paint. His shot good. John and Clausen with the 2-point bucket. It's 59-44. 59-44. Defenders up 15, but here comes Doane in transition after a steal. Into the corner. 3-pointer missed, no good. Rebound taken away by Hankel. Hankel floats it up for Proctor. Proctor for the basketball. Proctor, finger roll, missed it, no good, but there for the rebound, and the putback is Ty Vanessen. Vanessen with 10 in the second half, 19 for the ball game, and the defenders lead 61-44. 10:50 left to play in the game. Right-hand pass over to Wilson. Jack Wilson into the paint, and Jack Wilson gets the shot to go, and he is fouled. Some in the crowd think it might have been a travel violation. Wilson will go to the free throw line. That was foul number 2 called on Ty Vanessen. So foul number 2 on Vanessen. No foul trouble yet for the defenders. Wilson misses the free throw. He's 0 for 3 today. Very uncommon for teams to not shoot well in the DeWitt, it seems. Offensive rebound for Ty Vanessen off of the miss by Asa Rogasic. Rogasic thought about pulling the trigger again. Now he will. Top of the key 3, missed it short, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Doane. Doane with the basketball, down 15. 10:20 remaining in the game. Shot high over Hankel. Layup is good for Cheney. Cheney with a 2-point bucket. We have a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK. Back with more in a minute.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry-out, or delivery. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
That timeout. I think they're out of timeouts if the scoreboard is correct. 61-48, Dordt with a 13-point lead. Doane trying to rally. Defenders have led by as many as 19. Rogasic, right side Proctor as we reach the midpoint of the second half. Ty Vanessen, nifty reverse layup. He's got 21. And the defender lead is 63-48. Under 10 minutes to go in this one. Dordt leading by 15. With it on the right-hand side, Beckman. Beckman throws it back over to Gardner. Gardner three, missed it, no good. Rebound controlled by Hankel. Hankel with the basketball, back to Proctor. Jake with it into the front court. Proctor has it on the right-hand side. Proctor gives to Rogasic. Rogasic in the corner, Hankel. Hankel the cutter, Vanessen back outside. Baseline jumper, no good by Polacek, and stripped on the way up was Hankel. Hankel draws the foul call on Justice Gardner, I believe, but they're going to say out of bounds, no free throws. Justice Gardner picks up his third. Now we've got the media timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamar's. Helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dordt Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. Today's broadcast brought to you by Skibout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Skibout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Skibout and see the difference.
(63-48), the defenders with a 15-point lead. Dordt coaching staff was asking about the shooting foul. They thought it should be a shooting foul for Hankel. The officials disagreed. Pass comes into Milliken. Milliken three, missed, no good. Rebound tapped, and now a jump ball called. Alternating possession, it will be Dordt basketball. Bonus situation, Doane will be shooting free throws on the next Dordt foul, while the Tigers do have some fouls to give. We've had bodies on the floor a significant number of times here today. Our sweepers have had their work cut out for them. Ball's inbounded. Vanessen gives it up. Proctor, and Proctor is held on the play. No, we've got a foul on Coulibaly. Coulibaly called for his third personal. Around the conference, scores in progress. Hastings up by 6 in Orange City over Northwestern, 68-62. Mount Marty a 36-26 lead on the Briarcliff Chargers. Pass goes to Milliken. Milliken gets the return pass. Three from the wing. Off the mark, no good. And the rebound taken away by Doane. Doane up the floor. Floater in the paint. Missed, no good. Rebound, Milliken. Milliken is fouled on the play. Foul's going to go on Cheney, his second. Should have one other men's score. Midland beaten up on Waldorf, 88-46. That's in Forest City. I've not been able to figure this league out this year. Milliken with the basketball, gets the return pass. Goes over to Skop. Skop to Milliken. Milliken with the basketball. Milliken at the top of the key. Right side it comes. Polacek. Polacek. Skop. Skop. Vanessen. Vanessen. Proctor. Proctor drops it off. Skop. Floater in the lane. Good. Dylan Skop with 4 points, and the defender lead is 65-48. 8:20 left to play. Cason Cheney with it. Defenders leading 65-48. Pass goes into Coulibaly. Coulibaly back to the basket. Now squares up against Vanessen. Vanessen knocks it free. And Proctor grabs the loose ball. And Coulibaly is going to be called for the personal foul. That's 4 on him. Coulibaly whistled for the personal foul. And throwing the ball in will be Connor Milliken. The defenders with a 17-point lead. Pass over the top. This is Polacek. Polacek floats it to Vanessen. Vanessen, right side Polacek. Polacek back to Milliken. Milliken, high post pass, Proctor. Proctor over the basketball. Proctor comes back right side, Skop. Skop looking for Proctor. Proctor, short jumper, missed it, no good. And the rebound is taken away by Beckman. 7.5 left to go in the game. Dordt still up 17. Spin move into the paint. Kick out pass. Right corner three. Missed. No good. Long rebound controlled by Skop. Dylan Skop with it. He comes over to Milliken. Milliken on the move. Off balance shot. Tough shot. No good. Rebound tapped out. Controlled by Doane. And now Milliken grabs it. Gets it back over to Skop. Skop with the steal by Milliken. Right side three. Polacek missed it. He thought it was in. So Milliken and Clausen tangled up. John and Clausen taking exception to Connor Milliken. Foul number 2 called on Connor today. Clausen, 13.6 points per game average. He's got 10 today. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This one feeling like it's on the ragged edge a little bit. Free throw by Clausen, 1-1, missed it. So he kicks it off the heel of the rim. Doane has not shot free throws well today. With the basketball, this is Milliken. Milliken shot no good. And the rebound controlled by the Tigers. Tigers bring it up the floor. Tigers with the basketball. They go right side. 3, missed, no good. And the rebound cleared by Milliken. Milliken with the basketball. And Milliken passes it off to Vanessen. Vanessen with it. Vanessen, Proctor. Proctor down to the corner. Proctor, kick out pass. They throw it high post. Vanessen underneath Skop. Skop turns, shot no good. But a blocking foul called on the Tigers with 6:12 remaining. And Mashalon whistled for the personal foul. And more free throws on the way for the defenders. So the defenders with free throws coming for Dylan Skop. Free throw is up, and the free throw by Dylan Skop is good. Another one on the way. So second free throw coming for Skop. Dordt leading by 18. Just can't quite land the knockout blow yet. And the free throw is up and good for Skop. Skop makes both free throws. And for Dylan, he's got 6 points. Season high is 12. Dordt leads 67-48. And a three-pointer on the other end by Beckman. Trying to keep it interesting, 67-51. With it on the right-hand side, the defenders now over to DeVries. DeVries with it. DeVries. Right side. Goes to Friesian. Friesian, DeVries. DeVries trying to get around the corner, floats it up, good. Tyson DeVries with a 2-point bucket, and the Dordt defender lead is 69-51. Tyson DeVries with his first 2-pointer of the day, and the defenders lead by 18, 5:19 remaining. Top of the key, Wilson. Wilson with the basketball. Wilson underneath against Friesian, and he's going to be called for steps. So the turnover gives the basketball back to the defenders. So the Dordt defenders with a 69-51 advantage, leading by 18. And the defenders, Jake Proctor, will inbound the basketball. So Proctor gets it ahead to Rogasic. Rogasic with the basketball. Rogasic with the back right side. They throw it over to Cheney. Cheney into the paint. Cheney comes down to the corner, cut off, nothing there. 4:40 remaining. Wilson underneath, bothered by Skop. Rebound taken away, Proctor. Proctor with the basketball. No look pass, Rogasic. Rogasic, Friesen. Friesen missed it. Rebound cleared by Proctor. Proctor back out front, Skop. Skop with the basketball. And the Dordt defenders continuing with the lead, 69-51. Pretty good defensive performance by the defenders today. Right now they've held Doane to 24 points below their season average. Skop fading away, shot no good. Fight for the basketball, and we've got a foul on the play called on Reed Friesen, I believe. So Friesen whistled for the personal foul. It's going to be foul number 2 against him. And we've got a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
At American Investment and Trust, we know financial planning is a never-ending journey, and we have the right team to take you every step of the way. We understand that a solid financial framework can only be built when risks are considered. Planning for tomorrow means starting today, and once you've built a legacy, we help make sure your vision carries on to the next generation. For a comprehensive financial plan, the team at American Investment and Trust is here for you. American Investment and Trust, managing change.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery.
The Greenhouse, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation.
Justice Gardner, shoot the bonus.
69-51, defenders leading by 18. Justice Gardner will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Dordt in position to get a much needed win here today. Gardner with 13. And the defender lead is 69-52. Pending the second free throw, and that one's up and through as well, 69-53. Full court pressure defense applied by the Tigers. Pass left side, Rogasic, thought about the 3. Gets it back outside instead. Here's Milliken at the top of the key. Left side, Rogasic. Rogasic, high post pass, Milliken. Milliken driving in, scoops it up with the right hand, and they're going to wave it off and say the foul occurred first.
Tiger foul.
Foul called on Wilson. His second.
Connor Milliken to shoot the bonus.
Tigers as a team today, 7 of 14 from the free throw line. 1-and-1 opportunity here. And we've got a foul called on the rebound. Ty Van Essen held on the play by Justice Gardner. That's his 4th. So the defenders missed the foul shot by Connor Milliken. Ty Van Essen will now shoot a 1-and-1. Dordt leading by 16, 3:54 remaining. First one up and through. Van Essen now with 22, matching his season high. Scored 22 against Doane the first time around and now has 23. 71-53, defenders by 18. Tiger basketball, Gardner. Gardner, Wilson. Wilson left side, Clausen. Clausen, 3. No good, but he's fouled on the play.
Defender foul.
Rogasic whistled for the personal. Jonan Clausen to shoot 3 foul shots. A foul called on Rogasic. So Dordt leading by 18, but an opportunity for Doane to cut into the lead with the clock stopped. First free throw by Clausen is good. He's got 6 points today. 7, I should say. 6 in the second half. Free throw is up. That one's off the heel, no good. 71-54. Rogasic will check out of the ball game. Polacek checks in. And the third free throw for Clausen is good. He makes 2 out of 3. And the defenders lead 71-55. 3:35 and counting. Ball game. Milliken hands it off. Polacek. Polacek right side. Gets the return pass to Vanessen. Vanessen, Milliken. Milliken with a basketball. Milliken. Back to Proctor. Proctor with the ball. Proctor. Left side. 3 to shoot. It's got to put it up. Vanessen. 3 at the horn. Missed it. No good. And the rebound cleared by Doane. Doane with the basketball. 3 minutes remaining. Tigers have it. Throw it. Right side. Cheney. Swing pass. Gardner. Gardner. 3. Missed. No good. Tapped and controlled by Milliken. Ty Vanessen with 10 rebounds today. And the Dordt defender lead is 71-55 with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Milliken. Milliken, Vanessen. Vanessen, Proctor. Proctor back over to Polacek. Polacek, middle of the floor, Milliken. Milliken puts it on the floor, drives into the lane, scoops it up with the right hand, good. Connor Milliken with 14, 7 in the first half, 7 in the second, and the Dordt lead is 73-55. Gardner puts his head down into the paint. His shot no good. And Vanessen clears another rebound. He's got 11. Dordt leading 73-55. Pass right side back to Vanessen. Vanessen picks up his dribble. Goes right side Polacek into the corner. Proctor. Proctor 3. Good. Proctor with 13. Dordt leads 76-55. 1:55 and counting. Ball game. Looking like Dordt's in position to close this one out. Back over to Wilson. Wilson 3. No good. And we've got a hold called on Gardner. Justice Gardner will foul out of the ball game. He'll be disqualified on fouls with 1:42 remaining. And the defenders lead by 21. Ty Vanessen's going to shoot a 1-and-1. Both teams will be in the double bonus after this free throw. So 1-and-1 opportunity coming here for Ty Vanessen. Jake Proctor is going to check out. Connor Milliken checks out. I'm guessing their day is done. Creighton Mashalon checks into the contest. Checking out of the ball game is John Clausen. He had a rough day. Free throw missed by Vanessen, trying to add to his season high. Stuck at 23 right now. Doane basketball, backdoor cut. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Nate Rust. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt still up 21. Ty Vanessen checks out of the ball game. Vanessen, a double-double today. 23 points, 12 rebounds. Had a couple of assists as well. DeVries gets the ball over to Beckering. Braden Beckering with it. Beckering. Back top of the key. Right side, DeVries. DeVries, Osterwijk. Caden Osterwijk in the game. Gets it back over to Henkel. Henkel trying to pass out of the double team. Ends up off of Osterwijk and out of bounds. Checking out of the game will be Henkels. Judson Henkel with 6 points. Reed Friesen checks in. Tom Dobson checks into the ball game. Stephen Polacek checks out. 75 seconds remaining in this one. Dordt's going to win their 11th game of the year, and they'll crawl back to 500 in the league. Good to get a win at home. Challenging Couple of weeks coming up for the defenders. Pass into the paint. This is Hantus. Hantus back outside Trey Connell. Ball deflected, and it's down on the floor. DeVries down after it. Loose basketball, picked up on the perimeter. Three-pointer, left side, good. Three-point basket for Starr. And the Dordt lead is 76-58. 76-58. Pass goes to Osterwijk, under a minute to go. 37 seconds and counting. Dort's got to put a shot up with about 20 seconds remaining. DeVries with it, into the paint. Back over to Friesen. Friesen, right side Beckering. Beckering scored 5 against Morningside last week. Gets it Friesen, back to Beckering. Beckering lets fly with a 3. Off the heel, no good, and we've got a foul called on Rust. Well, I've often said that under the basket on rebounds, it's hand-to-hand combat, and so much is allowed just because you have this mass of humanity, and it's hard to pick out fouls. That one, not difficult to pick out, as Rust was all by himself with Friesen. Got 2 hands in the back and cleared a path. First free throw by Friesen is good. He's got another one coming. 4 points for Friesen. 77-58. Rebound tapped by Osterwijk. Unable to keep it in play, though, and Doane comes away with it. Hantus with it. 9 seconds remaining. Down to the baseline. Hantus loses it. Dobson takes it away, and that's the ball game. Our final score, Dordt 77, Doane 58. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a recap of tonight's contest right after this 2-minute timeout.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we see our work impact lives near and far and embrace opportunities to pursue our passions. And a day at the office isn't just 8 to 5, because we work for innovative companies and know we're never far from the next unforgettable memory. Because we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family-owned and located in downtown Sioux Center. German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at outdoorelementsinc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@outdoorelementsinc.com.
How can I join Defender Forever? It's easy. Go to dordt.edu/forever and sign up. You'll not only stay connected with the Dordt community, but also support the future of Defender Nation. Start Forever now. Once you sign up, you will receive exclusive perks, brand new gear, event access, and the latest Dordt news. Be part of something special. Be part of Defender Forever.
Your final as the Dordt Defenders get a much-needed win here this evening over the Doane Tigers in Great Plains Athletic Conference basketball play. The Dordt Defenders snap a 3-game losing skid, and suddenly you're given a little boost of confidence heading on the road, traveling to Seward, Nebraska next week to take on a very good team who the Dordt Defenders beat the first time around. But this will have its, at least you'll be doing it coming off of a win. And the Dordt Defenders, we had talked about the fact they had to get after it more defensively. Coach Brian Van Haften noted that in the post-game show against Morningside. And tonight, limit Doane to 58 points. That is nearly 20 points below their season average. So a win today for the defenders, 77-58. Go ahead and run those Hague Health Center highlights. As we get into the post-game show, Hague Health Center proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. These will be the Hague Health Center highlights coming up here shortly. This is the Wireless World post-game show, brought to you by Wireless World, your Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them online at wirelessworld.com. Final numbers for the defenders. They led the entire second half, double figures the entire way. Dordt, 28 of 62 shooting, 45%. 12 of 35 from the three-point line, 34%. 9 for 12 on free throws, 75%. Dordt, a 40-35 rebounding edge, forced 15 turnovers, and surrendered just 10. The Doane Tigers, 20 of 53 shooting, 37%. 7 of 29 on three-pointers, 24%. 11 of 19 on free throws, 58%. The defenders were led in scoring tonight by Ty Vanessen with a career-high 23 points. 14 points for Connor Milliken, 13 for Jake Proctor. 6 points each for Stephen Polachek, Judson Hankel, Dylan Scott. 4 points for Reed Friesian. 3 for Asa Rogasic, and 2 for Tyson DeVries. For the Doane Tigers, they were led today by Justice Gardner with 14, 13 for Kaysen Cheney, 11 for Trevin Beckman, 8 for John Clausen, 5 for Jack Wilson, 3 for Blake Starr, 2 for Creighton Mashalon, and 2 for Adam Kula-Bali. And again, if you've got those highlights back in the truck, you can go ahead and run those. Those are the Hague Health Center highlights. Run those at any point as we get into the post-game show. Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. And I am joined now for post-game comments by Stephen Polachek. Stephen is a sophomore from Bellevue, Nebraska. Where's Bellevue, Stephen, for our listeners who may not know?
It's kind of a suburb right outside of Omaha. So I grew up in Omaha, like South Omaha-ish, then moved to Bellevue like in high school. So it's like about 20 minutes-ish from Omaha. So it's just a little suburb outside of it. So
when you play these Nebraska schools, I would imagine if you've played any amount of club basketball, you see some familiar faces.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there extra motivation playing the Nebraska schools, or is that worn off?
Yeah, no, there's extra motivation, I think, for every team, but just seeing some familiar faces around, it kind of gives you, an extra edge. But no, I think it's just about going out and competing against whoever you're playing. So.
Doane Tigers, what was the game plan going in today?
Well, obviously they play a bunch of play a 2-3 zone the whole game, so it was kind of just space the floor out, kind of see what they do, and we got a bunch of shooters on the team, so we weren't too necessarily worried about that. And then kind of on defense, just change some things up, not get caught in ball screens. So I think we executed well today. We played physical today, like Coach was saying. So yeah, I think it was a good game plan and just good game by us overall. So
what's it feel like when the first one goes in, that outside shot? What's that feel like?
It feels good. It just gives you more confidence for the next one. But even if it doesn't go in, I think it's just knowing that, or just trusting yourself, I guess, just knowing that the next one is going to go in. But yeah, like you mentioned, seeing the first one goes in it's always a great feeling. So.
It was a tough game on Wednesday against Morningside, and I don't say that to revisit it, but gave up 102 points.
Yeah.
I would imagine coaches and players kind of took that personally in preparation for this one.
Yeah, for sure. It was a tough game, but we just knew that we had to bounce back, and they're a good physical team and they played a good game, but kind of just a flush it aspect as well. Kind of just flush that one down and just keep moving on. And I think we played well today. So.
What are you studying?
I'm studying business management right now. So.
What do you want to do?
I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to get everything still kind of figured out. So.
Well, it takes some people a little longer, and there's nothing wrong with that, Stephen.
Yes.
Why'd you end up at Dordt? I mean, we don't get a ton of players or people out of Bellevue, Stephen. How'd you end up here?
Yeah, so I had never heard of Dordt before Coach VH came to, I think it was a Lincoln AAU tournament, and my high school coach is my AAU coach, and he said this coach from Dordt wants to talk to you. I said perfect, and met Coach VH, and I don't remember when it was in the summer, and just grew our relationship, came up for a visit, loved it, and it was kind of history ever since. So
sounds good. Hey, get ready for Concordia.
Yep.
A lot of basketball yet to be played.
Yes, for sure. Coaches hounded on the aspect of we still got 9 games left. It's a long way to go. It's a close race, so yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you,
Yep.
Stephen.
Yep.
Stephen Polacek for the Dordt defenders today. Knocked down a couple of threes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And while we get Coach Van Haften lined up, we'll tell you who our player of the game today is. And really wasn't a tough one to decide from my vantage point. This is brought to you by Ross Hoekstra with State Farm, serving Sioux County and the tri-state area. Call Ross, 712-722-0806 for your insurance needs, or stop by their Sioux Center office. State Farm player of the game today is Ty Van Essen. Ty, a career high 23 points today, 9 of 13 shooting, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And so for that, Ty Van Essen is your Ross Hoekstra State Farm player of the game. And Coach Brian Van Haften sits down beside me. And I know they're all your favorites, Coach, but did I get that one right? Ty Van Essen, player of the game today?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
it's great.
I was going to say, are you going to argue with me on this
no,
one?
I wouldn't argue with you on this one at all. I think it's great. This is a really hard game to coach. It really is. Tonight's game, I'm saying basketball in general is as well, but tonight it was a tough game because we cannot duplicate what they do defensively. We just are not capable of doing it. They do it so well, and we come to practice and we have a really good practice, but we aren't duplicating it. And so we kind of have to learn on the fly as we go, and it kind of looked that way in the first half. And finally, we kind of got a little run towards the end of the first half, and then we just kept going in the second half. And, Ty Van Essen made all the hustle plays for us today. He was trapping ball screens. He was O-boarding, and he was just doing, just a really good job. Passed the basketball really well today, and I'm sure he had a few assists as well. Connor Milliken passed it well.
7 assists for him.
Yeah, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 14
He
points.
could have been player of the game, too.
Yeah, he could have. But, definitely Ty. And I brought Steve up here. Steve hasn't been up here yet, but Steve doesn't always have to score to be a factor. And, I thought he had a better game today on both ends of the floor. And he just passed the basketball well. And it's good to see. I mean, he's such a great shooter in this league, with the shooting almost 50% from the arc. And 2 for 6 tonight, but, man, he did a good job.
How crazy is this league this year? Just the microcosm of this week. 1 week ago, you go to Midland. They end up beating you, controlling that game, and they get you. Doane goes to Midland on Wednesday, beats them by 20.
They just pounded them.
Doane comes here today. You really control the last 25 minutes. It's about matchups. I understand all of that, but I thought that snapshot just really sums up where we're at right now.
Where we're at. It's hard to win 3 games in a row. I'll tell you that. Hard to win 2 games in a row. It seems like. Here's what it is, Mike. Last year was so good in this league. And 20 first and second team all-conference players, and 17 of them are no longer in this league. And that's why. 2 of them play for Northwestern, and 1 of them plays for Briarcliff. And he was towards the end of the second team all-conference, the kid from Briarcliff. And so it's just a brand new group of guys. I mean, we're brand new, right? I mean, especially when you lose Jake Hargens, and we're just brand new, and we're trying to work through some of those things, and so is everybody else. And so we just got to keep fighting, going one day at a time, and it was good. So, Mike, how was having Greg Vinzolan on here with you today?
It's hard to believe that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
He looks the same. I said
He
that
does.
to him. I said
He does.
the players all got older. I know that I've gotten older, but he looks the exact. He looks like he could suit up and play yet.
There's no doubt about it. He looks great. And, man, we go so far back. 45 years ago, we played against each other in the freshman team. I was at Pella High School, Pella Public, and he's at Pella Christian. And he goes to Dordt. I go to Northwestern. We coach against each other at Buena Vista when he's at Dordt. But, man, we love the Cubs. So we've always got something together, and we always know our parents are back at home in Pella. And so it's always great to see him. It's great that we can be great friends, even though we've always been against each other. Not anymore, but we used to be.
And the thing, I wish I could have visited with him longer, simply because, you reach a point, and I'm not quite as seasoned as you guys are, but I'm not that far off.
Yep.
But just the ability now to look back at something 20 years ago and say, it was pretty cool. But it isn't all about the wins and losses.
Nope.
And when you're in the middle of it, I get it. That's what you're trying to do. But that you talk to everyone, very few of them talk about a win and a loss.
No, I know. Mike, I've coached over 960 games in my life. It's high school and college games put together. And obviously I played in a whole bunch more. And, you remember very few of them. A few of the very precious ones that you have, some of the conference championship win, somewhere along the line, but you just don't remember the games, but you remember the guys, and that's really what it's about.
Yeah, and I said to him, hey, just thanks for being here and being a part of it. And it's great to have him in the gym again. And he's been
awesome.
here with his daughter playing volleyball as well. But just good to have those guys back in the gym. And just thanks to you and your staff and Kyle Lindbergh and Darren Kaiser for making that all happen.
Yeah.
So a great day today.
Yeah, it was great to see Luke Reuter. And, it's been a while since I've seen Luke. And obviously we see Brandon Hahn all the time, but he had a lot of fun just meeting up with some of those guys again, Chris Van de Kooi and all those fun guys. And it was a special day for those guys. We're still going to go to Late Harvest here and maybe get a little food over there if we can, and hopefully you can join us as well. But anyway, Mike, thanks for all you do. The one thing is to stay the same over the last 20 years, and that's that we've got a bunch of guys here who have where faith is really, really important to them. And, we have a group of guys that has Friday, 11 o'clock, Bible study, and it's all led by the players, not by the coaches, and they all go. And it's special. It really is. I mean, the Lord is working on this campus, and we are very fortunate.
Coach, I will let you go.
All right,
Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you on Monday.
Okay, my friend. Thanks, Mike.
That is Coach Brian Van Haften. Here are your men's basketball scores. The finals. Northwestern held on to beat Hastings in Orange City, 90-86. Midland defeated Waldorf 95-60. Really controlled that one almost the entire way. And late in the contest in Sioux City, Mount Marty is up by 8 with 3 minutes remaining over the Briarcliff Chargers, 63-55. I think that is going to do it. Time to roll the credits. This has been a production done in partnership with the Dordt Media Network, Sioux County Radio, and the Dordt Athletic Communication Office. Dordt Media Network is under the direction of Rich Lodewijk. Staff is primarily student employees. Broadcast engineer at Sioux County Radio today was Nathan Brook. Dordt Media Network's operators today: Parker Freeman, Noah Zylstra, Amber Liu, Nathaniel Herman, Hannah Jeremy, Sherry Wong, and Lila Findley. Dordt Athletic Communication staff is Matt Boss and Isabel Pfeiffer, and several student employees. Special thanks to the Dordt University Advancement staff for its work in securing support for this broadcast and others like it. Once again, our final scores: Dordt gets a sweep. Women win 97-38. Men get a win over Doane, 77-58.